And we're back. We're coming back. We're flying through the window like Silver Surfer. We're changing. We're going to dive into people's minds like Doctor Strange. We're going to eat planets and devour their energy like Galactus. We're going to cease time and cause plants to grow out of your face like Thanos. We're going to talk about Quasar.
That was quite the intro.
Are we going to keep that?
Are we doing it?
I don't know.
I
We
don't
could.
know.
Let's
Sure.
screw it. Let's do it.
Fuck it.
We're 115 episodes in. We're going to
do
do
it
what we
live.
want.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
All right, so we're going into Quasar. Quasar, this is crazy, okay? Like, let's really get into this right now because I wasn't sure what to expect. I'm not a Quasar reader. But Ryan, I'm a new person after reading this issue of Quasar number 26.
New person in what way?
A new person in the way that this comic book in a short, 22, 24 pages, doesn't matter. It's all good. Every freaking page of this comic book was amazing. Covers themes of life, death, love, religion, lack of religion, atheism, cosmic entities,
It's a lot.
passion.
Yeah, there's a lot in there.
Like, holy crap. This is insane.
I thought this was just going to be a guy flying through space blasting stuff. but
With a quick little Thanos
there's
shot.
a lot more to it than that.
This crossover is not only necessary to the entire story. This is integral. This issue is integral to the whole story because there's going to be moments that will happen later on in this coverage of Infinity Gauntlet that will be directly tied to information we find out here, whether it's foreshadowing or just like strict facts about how things are working in the Marvel universe in the terms of like Thanos' power, the extent of his power, what he can do, and potentially how he could be stopped.
That's a good point. Yeah, Thanos does get up to some shenanigans in this, as he loves to do. Getting ahead of ourselves, though.
Right?
Yeah. Let's start with a comment from our last video.
Good idea.
We did the Doctor Strange video last, issue 31, I believe it was. We had a comment from Jeffrey Kalovic.
Jeffrey, thank you.
He says, I'm not sure what way the ending is going to go. He's talking about the ending of the eventual Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, I kind of give my own little prediction of how or not even a prediction because they're never going to do it, but what I would hope to happen if Silver Surfer were to be incorporated into the MCU.
It was a cool idea, and it sparked a lot of interesting discussion down in the comments, which is what we always want to hear.
Oh, and there's a link right over there. You should check the video out, but we'll keep it going.
I'm not sure what way the ending is going to go, but I would love an exact ending cover scene of a Grail comic involving the FF and the Avengers. Or maybe a scene that mimics Hulk 181 with Wolverine attacking the Hulk and then ending it there. How freaking cool would that be?
You know what? It's like it would be awesome because a moment like that, like we've seen Hulk in the MCU, obviously. Wolverine, it's like, oh, you see Wolverine in the movie. That's not a big deal. But you see those characters in that way, you break the internet.
If the movie pauses on them in a way that it looks exactly like that Hulk 181 cover.
Kind of like Avengers 223.
With the arrow, right, Ant-Man?
That's right. Ant-Man on the
Hawkeye.
Arrow, Civil War. That it's now a classic scene and known in Marvel canon as like a event that happened. That little moment is now in everybody's heads, and now is a key moment in comics. And it's those types of things in the movies that just really makes the fans happy. People like me.
Let's get into the actual issue. What happens in Quasar 26, Tom?
Isn't it great that this is that we're breaking off from the Silver Surfer, main story, because that's really what Infinity Gauntlet is. And getting a feel of the different genres Marvel was releasing.
There's a lot on their plate at any given moment in time when it comes to genres of stories.
Well put.
Yeah, you've got, especially with stuff like this, like space-faring cosmic epics compared to relatively normal, grounded stuff like, Daredevil or Punisher or something that happens on the streets.
Even like Hulk is, I would put on that level of just
Yes.
where we can probably relate to the Hulk more in day-to-day life. Where Quasar, he's dealing with like these cosmic problems. It's so much larger.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because this genre of the issue, it reminds me kind of a soap opera a little bit.
I was getting that feeling too at the first like 8 or 9, 10 pages of this comic were it was a lot of exposition. A lot of it was built on knowledge of the previous 25 issues and stuff that had happened right before this, including a lot of relationship drama that we are now getting in the back end.
Very interesting. This story starts out with Quasar having to deal with some relationship problems, not with his loved one, but with the people that surround him that love him.
He's kind of gathered a crew, it appears, like a squad of people that help him fight these evildoers in space that they just got finished doing. And they get back, and everything's kind of calming down after this giant battle they just had. And this moon dragon character, she's got a crush, you could say, on Quasar, and it is unreciprocated, unrequited love.
So Quasar has to explain to her really the meaning of love, because they don't love each other, and he doesn't believe that they're in love. He's actually having to explain love to a being that just doesn't understand it. And he does it in such a great way. And we typically paraphrase a lot of things.
Yeah.
We're not going to paraphrase in this issue. There's some like life lessons to be had in this writing. So let's just read it verbatim.
It's about feelings and caring and spiritual connections. It's about placing another person's needs and desires beside your own. I'm not saying I could never love you. There are many things about you I admire. What I'm saying is right now, I don't love you.
Whoa.
Ouch.
Ouch. But notice that ending, though, where he says, there are a lot of things I do value.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying that I just don't love you in this moment, because what he is admitting to is that you can love people and that you don't know how life is going to take. You don't know how life is going to go, rather.
Very true. Can't see the future. Most people.
But what you can see is in the immediate, I value this about you. And I can say that knowing that can cause love. And holy smokes, he's like explaining this to a being that just doesn't contemplate it, because where is she?
In her head, she's like, we're a perfect match. I'm super cosmic. You're super cosmic. We have equal kind of power levels. We fight the same fights. We know each other. We're good. We're good together. We're a good fit. Let's get it on.
Whoa. What does that remind you of?
Somebody else getting put into the friend zone?
Thinking of Thanos. I'm thinking of death.
Yeah.
This is identical. There's a reason why this issue has taken this turn and why it's being incorporated into this Infinity Gauntlet timeline. Because this right here is not just foreshadowing, it's giving you further explanation of Thanos and what he's experiencing and what he's trying to do. And you don't know this until the end of the issue. But man, it is a great setup.
That's true. At this point in the comic, Thanos has not appeared yet. He pops up in about 5 or so pages. Spoiler.
That's right, because Quasar has some other things to do. He's got to go to a funeral.
Yeah, this is another one of the heavier kind of topics this issue deals with. It goes straight from issues of like unrequited love and the difference between friendship and passion and love, straight to death and dealing with the fact that everything dies. Even creatures that have been around since the creation of the entire universe.
Yeah,
it's a crazy concept.
Upwards of 8 billion years old. Eon created Drax the Destroyer.
I was going to say, we've actually covered this character in one of our earliest videos.
Just kind of popped up, didn't even think much of it, but that's correct. And Eon's passed away.
Yep.
And Eon passed away in issues prior to what we've covered. This happened in the Quasar run.
Right.
Eon created not just Drax the Destroyer,
but Captain Marvel too.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And Eon essentially committed cosmic suicide to protect what is the secret to consciousness.
Yeah, he's got some important info in his head, and they were getting in a fight with this dude Maelstrom in the last issue or two right before this. And instead of Maelstrom getting access to all this info in his head, Quasar killed the guy. He killed Eon, so this information could not get out there.
Just to protect the universe.
Yes.
So Eon's passed away, and Quasar now is off to go and pay his respects. And this is where things just get even deeper, because who does he run into?
This group called the Mourners.
This is awesome.
What a cool concept. Like this intergalactic kind of roving band of mourners. They're almost like a religious sect, like a priesthood.
All different species.
Yeah.
Different types of aliens. Their sole job is to pay respects to the cosmic beings that pass.
Someone's got to.
And someone's got to do it, especially if they're, are deserving of respect. I mean, 8 billion years old, 8 billion years of helping life.
Can't even fathom that kind of existence.
I mean, the only way that you can even begin to fathom that type of existence is by being part of some type of religious sect and being kind of devoted to that respect that you're giving. And that is what this group does. And by the way, they're a nonprofit. It's just kind of a fun little thing they added
Slip that in there.
Yeah, that was great.
Good to know.
It is. Well, funerals are expensive, and Quasar wants to know if he's got to pay for anything
I'm
here.
not paying for any of this.
Yeah, some good humor in this. But he's this group of entities, they fly around on a ship filled with like religious material, and they fly in at the time of death to pay respects, to speak highly of these entities that help shape our universe. And they have something so deep that they say, because Quasar, his father passed away recently.
Yes.
Quasar just attended a funeral recently.
He's dealing with several different deaths in his life.
And in this issue, the Mourners give a very touching eulogy, one that causes a change in Quasar, one that we're not going to paraphrase. We have to just read verbatim.
Right.
Do you want to do it in a voice, Ryan? Do it in a voice. This is like cosmic stuff. Let me see if I can make this work. Hold on.
Woe unto us! Great Aeon is gone, ancient of days was he, but not even he was forever. His life enhanced each of our own. His death makes us re-examine our own relationship with the inexorable constants of existence.
Damn. That's heavy.
Damn is right.
And you get to read Quasar's reaction right after this.
This is really important here. My favorite panel of the whole issue, by the way.
Weird, but what Fath is saying is more comforting to me than what the minister said at my own father's funeral. Maybe I'm not the atheist I thought I was. Maybe I just haven't discovered the God that's right for me.
Holy smokes. Okay, this is meant for
This
like
is a comic
young
book.
kids.
Yeah.
What is happening here? Okay, so what he's like, I got chills from that. What he's saying is that maybe I, like me rejecting what I was told as God, what I should be living my life for, the book of man,
Right.
what have you. He's saying that maybe there is something more. And maybe what that is just surrendering yourself to the universe.
There's something bigger than what kind of puny gods we might conceive of on planet Earth. Maybe that's, I didn't believe in that because clearly, but there's more out there. Maybe I just haven't been exposed to the right things yet.
Oh man, this is deep.
Yeah, it
This
makes
is
you
really
really think.
So now we move on to Thanos. Thanos enters the game now because Eon's passed away, and Eon is actually one of the few like cosmic entities that are strong enough to kind of combat Thanos.
Eon created Drax the Destroyer and Marvel, Captain Marvel, both to kind of directly fight against Thanos way back in the day before Thanos was killed and resurrected at the start of this crossover big Infinity Gauntlet event that we've been discussing. So they go back. Thanos has some beef with Eon, and he's kind of crashing his funeral just to be a dick.
Yeah, he's crashing there to like just hog the attention, but we find out something key here. Something that we have to stress is like just a major part of this whole saga that you wouldn't get unless you were reading these tie-ins. Mephisto asked Thanos, "Did you kill Eon with the Infinity Gauntlet when you destroyed half of the population?"
Right? And he snapped his fingers, and one of every two people died in the entire universe. That's a fair question.
Right?
Yeah.
And Thanos says no. No, the gauntlet didn't affect the cosmic beings in that way.
Yeah, he's above these petty mortals.
There are entities that Thanos cannot just snap away. The gauntlet is not all powerful. The gauntlet has
Limits?
limits.
Yeah, they have immunity.
Whoa. This is not something we would have ever learned. Until this point, you think that everything Thanos is doing is kind of like, he can do anything. Why is he being careful? He can do anything. Why is he even like going out of his way to just not get the job done? Well, because there are key moments like this that tell you more about what Thanos is thinking than anything he's doing.
He's not quite God mode.
No.
Just yet. He's close.
He's close.
Not quite, though.
No. He goes and causes a ruckus.
As he likes to do.
This is where it gets really weird. He causes the body of Eon, which is essentially like nature almost. It's like almost a fungi at this point. Like it's kind of strange. We'll show it on the screen, but Eon's dead, and in his body, they describe Eon as a entity that didn't even fully enter our universe. He is so big.
We couldn't conceive of what he consists of.
Right.
I guess, in a sense. That the structure of his body is so foreign and alien to us that we wouldn't be able to comprehend it if we saw it. So Thanos somehow just pushes the guy's body out through the secret universe portal that Quasar has in his office in the Baxter Building, no less. So it ends with this really strange image
Yeah, it's like these plants that are just, it looks like a plant or like the blob just coming out of the building and going to take over the city.
Check back next month to see what happens. And
Yeah.
it's like, well, crap. Now,
Holy smokes.
that is our next issue, actually. It's Quasar 27. We'll be breaking down next. And
Yeah. Can he save the city? Will we learn about the answer of life in all things? Like, I wouldn't even be surprised at this point.
Yeah.
This is some deep writing. This is some of my favorite type of like comic book narrative. And the panel placement in this issue is great. It's all over. It reads so slow because of it, but in a good way.
Yes.
It makes you focus on every little detail, the line work, the coloring, even the bubbles with like you read what happens and then there's a thought bubble underneath and you understand how the characters feel.
gives a layer. Yeah, thought bubbles kind of fell out of style after a certain point in comic books.
Right.
And you forget just how much extra impact someone's thoughts can give you when you're inside someone's head like that and seeing what they're thinking.
Layers. Mm-hmm. It's a good way to put it.
So the last issue, the Doctor Strange issue that we broke down, you said was your favorite tie-in.
Yeah.
To this whole
this
whole thing
is
so
it.
far.
This is my favorite tie-in so far.
All right.
And I was like, Quasar, really?
Yeah.
Like, the audience is gonna hate this.
I
but
kind of wasn't looking forward to reading this.
holy smokes,
It's awesome.
Hair, like I'm serious. Like
Yeah.
my hair was like rising on my arms the whole time reading this. I'm like, this is amazing. Like these guys put this together in such a quick amount of time. How does writing this good and art this good and action and storytelling this good happen? Just like, how does that even get created? But it did.
It did.
It did, and we're going to cover it. And you should like and subscribe and answer in the comment section below because I have to know, absolutely have to know. Have you read Quasar? Are you a fan of Quasar? Do you want to read more Quasar after this video? Do you want to see more Quasar with his freaking space cape? Because that shit is
that
awesome.
was so cool, yeah.
That is so cool.
The interior of it,
Yep.
stars. Like a black cape with stars on it.
Exactly.
Only on the inside.
Galaxy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cool. Put your answers in the comment section below. We do appreciate your time. As always,
Geek responsibly.
enough
said. Thanks so much for watching the video. Really appreciate it. Don't forget, you can go to geekstreet101.com, get one of our Geek Responsibly shirts. Pretty dope. Rep the merch, get in the video.